This week on Mr. Observation Man, there seems to be some people who are seriously confused about who shot John F. Kennedy.
Who shot John F. Kennedy?
Nobody cares about John F. Kennedy.
Obama.
I don't know, I wasn't even born. And I still don't know. It's not that, there's a question there.
I have here the same rifle that Lee Harvey Oswald used to kill Kennedy. A 1940 Italian World War II surplus high-powered rifle chambered in 6.5 Carcano, along with the exact same 4x18 Ordnance optic scope made in Japan. I also got the same scope mount here, see? Let's rock. I set up the same shot, at the same angle, using the same rifle and the same scope to find out if the supposed shot Lee Harvey Oswald made was not only possible, but probable. I drove to Dallas beforehand, and I crashed my drone and visited the 6th floor museum at Daley Plaza. While I was there, I made the observation that Oliver Stone is an asshole.
The guy couldn't do the shooting.
Oliver Stone's JFK straight lied to you about everything. I measured the first shot at around 68 yards. His first shot hit a tree. I measured the third shot that he fired 8.3 seconds later.
In less than 6 seconds.
8.3 seconds later at 88 yards.
Scope was effective on it too.
Here is my reenactment of the shots. The bucket I was in was moving, and the target was bouncing around behind trees to add stress. The time between my first two shots was almost the exact time between Oswald's second and third shot. My third shot took longer because of this tree that got in the way. I was able to practice dry firing and able to get these 3 shots on target in a faster time than Oswald did. But I kind of feel like all that matters is your first try. Here, we have an advanced shooter, just like Oswald.
Oswald was at best a medium shot.
Lies!
200 yards, twice the distance, and rapid fire, and he scores 49 out of a possible 50.
Here is a shooter comparable to Oswald on his first try and his first time shooting this rifle. He comes in under par. Now let's see what happens when someone who's never even shot a rifle tries this shot.
I've never fired a rifle before.
First shot.
First shot with a shotgun or a rifle with a scope ever.
Let's see if I can make this shot with a pistol. I pretty much made one hole. That's what Jack Ruby said to his cellmate. Okay, that wasn't 1 hole in 3 shots. It was like 1 3-hole shot that took me like 12 shots to make. But the point is it's a really easy shot. Even though it's a really easy shot, to this day, 60% of Americans still think there's a conspiracy. Mainly because Jack Ruby killed Oswald before we could really find out.
Me and Jack Ruby was like this. Jack Ruby lived in Chicago. Hey, he was crazy. He was like crazy. No, I think he was hooked up with something. When I used to go and talk in Jack Ruby's house, he used to talk about Giancana. He used to talk about all the gangsters. He wanted to be a gangster.
Exactly, he wanted to be. But if somebody put Jack Ruby up to it, then shouldn't have somebody have killed Jack Ruby then? Yeah. And then somebody would have had to kill that guy? And then somebody would have had to kill that guy?
There'd been a lot of killing, you're right. Yeah, but you're right.
The theories run deep, but first let me point out that everybody wanted John F. Kennedy dead. The mob wanted him dead. The Russians wanted him dead. Castro wanted him dead.
I said, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your family. And you tell that son of a bitch Kennedy that I'm going to blow his fucking head off. I mean, no problem at all. With this rifle, absolutely. Any 2-bit hunter could have made this shot. I would never have used this rifle.
Constantine Giovan, who goes by Dino. Dino was a member of the Wisconsin Minutemen. The Minutemen were a group of citizens that formed a militia to fight communism should the occasion ever arise.
We played soldier, but we have to send to Cuba to fight Castro. Organize a group, they go down, they disappear. We do it again, they disappear. Captured and killed. I found out that the CIA had been sending troops to Cuba to be killed, and that I was sending them to Cuba to be killed. And I just absolutely lost it. And I got a high-ranking CIA guy on the phone, and I said, you tell that son of a bitch Kennedy that I'm gonna blow his fucking head off.
Dino was questioned by the CIA for the Palm Beach assassination attempt on JFK. which he denies.
They thought I did it. I was in Chicago, fortunately.
That's what O.J. Simpson said.
Who shot John F. Kennedy?
A really bad person.
Conspiracy or no?
Yes. While
Definitely?
he was dating Marilyn Monroe.
So Monroe did it.
No,
Well, who did it?
a bad guy.
A lot of people wanted to kill Kennedy. It's not that hard to believe that Oswald just got to him first. Oswald's wife, Marina, who was regularly beaten by Oswald, admits a lot of damning evidence, including Oswald's attempted assassination to the then Texas gubernatorial candidate, General Edwin Walker. That's right, just months before Oswald killed Kennedy, he tried to kill Walker in Walker's home. It was proven that Lee used the same rifle to shoot at Walker as he did to shoot John F. Kennedy. Here, let's watch this totally awesome news documentary poo-poo all over Oliver Stone's stupid magic bullet theory.
That any bullet striking the president in the upper right back and emerging out of his throat, that bullet is going to continue forward, and it's going to hit Governor Conley exactly where he was hit. Conley has to be hit. And the fact that they both react at the same time clinches it. So, it's not a magic bullet at all.
Oswald's brother even thinks he did it.
My conviction, no one but Lee was involved.
If you have the internet and you still think it's a conspiracy, you're not using the internet. The internet's using you. Don't take my word for it. Don't take anybody's word for it. Go to Dallas, go to the Book Observatory yourself. If you still think it's a conspiracy, just check out this totally awesome 6-part podcast by The Last Podcast on the Left. This podcast points out amazing things like how Jackie O witnessed the Secret Service tell JFK to not ride in a convertible, how Oswald's wife's friend got Oswald his job at the book depository, from where he shot Kennedy. So screw Oliver Stone and think happy thoughts, which brings me to this week's treadmill song.
Don't forget the happy thoughts.
Same drugs.
All you need is happy thoughts.
Covered by Pat McKillen.
Past tense, past bedtime. Way back when everything we
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next week on...
When did you start to forget how to fly?